Welcome to TFP, the Theater Folk Podcast. I am Lindsay Price, resident playwright for Theater Folk. Hello, I hope you're well. Thanks for listening. So I love September. I just wanted to throw that in there. Episode 58. GrownUps Suck. I'm never been very good at being a grown-up. The way grown-ups act is, it's quite beyond me at times. Maybe it's because my job is weird and my hours are weird and I don't have kids and I didn't do any of the material grown-up things, house, car, till my mid-30s, that being a grown-up doesn't sit well with me or on me. I just never believe I am one. And maybe I'm not, and sometimes that's okay. But grown-ups make choices that boggle my mind. The way grown-ups act. Especially the type of grown-up who does not see the value of things that I see so much value in. Things like drama programs or high school plays and productions. This week I'm going to talk about how drama has a place within core curriculum, how the most frivolous of quote-unquote drama games fulfill more than one aspect of the high school curriculum, and how the act of being in a play is a surefire method to develop specific real-world skills. Well, that's a lot. I may have to break out some cake after this. But the importance of drama in the classroom, the place of drama in the school, and the manner in which theater builds real-world skills in students is something I'm passionate about. And it makes me mental to hear how teachers and drama programs are often treated. This is a business, and you are just a number. That's something an administrator told a drama teacher I know last year. Drama's easy. It's nothing but games. That's something a guidance counselor told a student. No, I don't get any support. They don't know what I do down here. That's something a teacher told me. A teacher who uses drama and theater with special needs students to role-play real-world situations to teach skills they're going to need once they leave high school. It's just a play. That's something said by a gazillion folks. Parents who pull their kids out of productions, coaches who put sports ahead of theater. I know a teacher who had to watch her budget cut because she was told the school was strapped and then the football team got new helmets. It's just a play. Grown-ups really suck when it comes to understanding the necessity of drama programs and the importance of putting on a play. And I get it, in a way. It's not accessible like math, where either you know the answer or you don't. It's not testable like a critical English essay that shows sentence construction, or a history exam that shows knowledge of an era. It's hard to create a standardized test for drama because the answer is never 1 + 1. It's all based on individual growth, which you can't really see, right? It's not even measurable like sports, where you can easily assess improvement in a physical skill, where you can win a race. Drama is games. Drama is not a core subject. Drama doesn't teach the skills that students need. Students need math and science to succeed, which is so bogus. I don't even know where to begin with that. Drama doesn't belong in schools, and so on. Drama programs are being cut. Drama teachers aren't able to teach a full slate of classes. Students are being thrown into drama as a last resort because they're seen as problems. Obviously, I am biased. Theater at the education level it's what I work in, it's what I love, it's what I'm around on a daily basis. Maybe the school that bought the helmets and cut the drama program thought long and hard about its decision. I don't know. Maybe the guidance counselor told the very next student how valuable drama is to gaining confidence. I don't know. I do know I see a lot of drama classrooms, and what happens in drama classrooms. I know that I talk to a lot of teachers and hear their amazing success stories, and I have seen a crap wad of plays and the changes in students during a rehearsal period, and yes, crap wad is a word. Okay, here we go. Let's get cracking on this. Number 1, how does the drama program fit inside the high school curriculum? So let's look briefly at the U.S. national standards, and I've also pulled an example or two from the Ontario curriculum here in Canada. And instead of using fine arts standards, how about looking at a core subject like English and see how drama fulfills those standards? Because most grown-ups rail against drama is because it's not a core curriculum course. It's frivolous. It's extracurricular. It's extracurricular. It doesn't belong in the classroom. The U.S. National Council of Teachers of English state that the national standards give opportunities and resources to develop the language students, need to pursue life goals and participate fully as informed, productive members of society. I find this so interesting to read because is that actually happening? Someone explain to me, how do standardized tests give students what they need to pursue life goals and participate fully as informed, productive members of society? What tests are there in life? Meaning, when do we ever sit down and write a test, aside from a driving test, I guess? When do we ever assess a productive member of society by how well they take a test? We assess productivity by how an individual conducts themselves, by how they communicate, by how they define and accomplish their life goals. How does the knowledge and the wherewithal to get together a life goal and then pursue it come from a test? You want to know where it comes from? How about self-reflection journals and drama? How about through learning how to communicate wants and express feelings by working on a scene, by working with other members in your class? Is that happening on a test? Is that happening in math classes? It's happening in drama. Anyway, so that's the goal. To be a productive member of society, to be knowledgeable, to be reflective, to be creative and critical. That's what it is. So what are some of the ways that the National English Standards accomplish this? So number 1, by reading text for perspective, building an understanding of texts, of themselves and cultures. By understanding the human experience, reading literature from many periods and genres to build an understanding of the many dimensions of human experience. Okay, so in my own words, it seems to be that what they want is for students to take texts, many texts, and because they understand and assess those texts, understand human experience. Yes? Okay, so if we're looking at understanding human experience through the study of literature, and now moving to drama, how about Greek drama? How about Shakespeare? Drama at its core is learning to understand human experience. That's what every single play is about in a variety of forms. And it is brought to life, this understanding of human experience. It's living, it's breathing. What better way than by seeing human experience in action can you understand human experience? Okay, back to the National English Standards, quickly through 2, 3, and 4 here. All right, so by building evaluation strategies to be able to comprehend, interpret, evaluate, and appreciate texts. I cannot say, I am having so much trouble with this word, texts. I think it's the X. Text. By building communication skills and strategies, students adjust their use of spoken, written, and visual language to communicate effectively with a variety of audience and for different purposes. And by applying knowledge, what they know of language structures, conventions, techniques, to create, critique, and discuss text. I got it that time. All right, so what is drama but not all of these things? If you're doing a scene, you read a script. Not only do you read it, you must speak it aloud. What does that mean? You have to comprehend language. You have to know what you're saying in order to express it. You need to build a variety of communication skills and strategies with an audience, with your fellow actors. If you're not communicating with your fellow actors, the scene is just not going to be the best that it can be. You need to apply your knowledge, not only just knowing what you're saying, you must interpret it. What's going on? That's what actors do. Take the script and apply it to a new situation. From the page, bring it to life. What else? By having knowledge and comprehension of a text, you can evaluate it. Is this script good or bad? Why? You can move forward into synthesis and create a script. These are English curriculum strands applied through what happens in the drama classroom. All right. And from the Ontario curriculum, I took the following. Literacy is more than reading or writing. It is about how we communicate in society. It is about social practices and relationships, about knowledge, language, and culture. So that is from the UNESCO statement for the National United Nations Literacy Decade. And again, I am struck. Why is school about tests if there are quotes like this in the curriculum? And again, I say, isn't this what drama does? Communication is key in drama. Interacting, relationships. Okay, back to the English Ontario curriculum. So language is the basis for thinking, communicating, learning, and viewing the world. Students need language skills in order to comprehend ideas and information, to interact socially, to inquire into areas of interest and study, and to express themselves clearly and demonstrate their learning. Learning to communicate with clarity and precision will help students to thrive in the world beyond school. Okay, fair enough. I'm not sure that's happening. And let's be clear, I'm certainly not in a classroom every day, and I only go into one kind of classroom. But, I don't know. So what the curriculum seems to want is to create the student who thinks, who communicates, who understands, and can express understanding, who can inquire. So let's look at how something that is seen as most frivolous in the drama classroom, improv, fulfills some of this. So that when we're talking drama games, that's where improv is usually thrown into. Oh, it's just those drama games they're doing. When really, improv is a microcosm of learning. The way it seems that education institutions want students to learn, there is information that you have to process. What is the game? How is it played? You have to learn that, and then you have to process that information further and understand it. If you play the game wrong, for example, you don't accept offers. If you try for jokes, if you don't listen, the game ends. You need to process the information and be able to, comprehend it. You need to interact and communicate with clarity to others. Most improv games involve working with others. Improv is based on listening and communication. It is not a me sport. You don't just play improv games by rote. You need to apply your knowledge. You demonstrate your learning by you take improv in new directions. Think on your feet. And the skills of improv are the skills students need to thrive in the world beyond school, working with others, being a creative thinker. And also, there's a self-reflection element. How did I do in that game? How can I do better next time? There's an understanding of humanity aspect. As you learn about yourself, you learn about others. Who is part of a team? Who is present? Who handles failure? How does somebody else interpret the game? So let's go around this one more time. Being in school is supposed to prepare students for the real world, for life after high school. So they're supposed to be able to express themselves. They're supposed to have confidence to leave school and take on the world. They're supposed to be analytical, to express an opinion and back it up. They're supposed to communicate, have relationships. They're supposed to be reflective. They're supposed to understand and express. Am I interpreting this wrong? I mean, this is all I can do is read the information and certainly I have a filter, but am I doing this? Am I interpreting what they want incorrectly? I don't know. Could be for sure. Okay. So every one of those skills is found while working on a play. Students have to communicate to an audience that is filled with many different audiences, many micro audiences. Students have to have the self-confidence to stand on stage and deliver. Students have to be analytical, to learn their character, to make a two-dimensional character made out of words on a page and make them three-dimensional, bring them to life. That takes knowledge and comprehension and applying of knowledge all of these things, it's all very well, good for me to sit here and say this, and I know I'm probably just preaching to the choir. But I tell you, when I sat in that classroom and heard a teacher tell me that her administrator did not value her at all, this is a business and you're just a number, when I can see the skills, the real world skills that she was building in her classroom, and this particular school, it was in the middle of nowhere. And her students, by far, and I've been doing this for many years, were the best cold readers I've ever come across. That means they were able to look at a script they had never seen, use their language knowledge, comprehend it quickly, and take it from the page and be able to speak it out loud and express it and communicate it in a way that was really top notch. And to be told that that has no value, teaching elements like that have no value, well, it breaks my heart. And I know, I'm sitting here, talking into a vacuum. It doesn't matter. Not really. Nothing what I say matters. Nothing what I say matters. Nothing I say matters. Tests matter. Assessments matter. Business and numbers matter. I understand that. I know. I just wonder if that is ever going to change when it comes to students and really what is the best for students, preparing them for the real world, preparing them for life. Okay, so before we go, let's do a little theater folk news. So it's newsletter time, and this one will be a great one to print out, tuck in your back pocket, put in a folder, nail it to the classroom door. It is all about breathing exercises. Breathing is key to being a successful actor, and it's amazing how often we forget to do it. So we've started doing downloadable PDF versions of our newsletter so that you will be able to take it with you wherever you go, if you're into that kind of thing. Lastly, where can you find this podcast? We post new episodes every Wednesday at theaterfolk.com and on our Facebook page and Twitter. You can find us on youtube.com/theaterfolk. You can find us on the Stitcher app, and you can subscribe to TFP on iTunes. All you have to do is search on the word theaterfolk. And that's where we're going to end. Take care, my friends. Take care.